Hello everybody, welcome back. Today's video is a little bit late in the year. I usually try to post these every single January, but this year I've had, excuse my phone, some health issues. I'll talk about that in a later video. And I just was unable to film that for you. But I put a poll up on my Instagram to see if you guys were still interested in a palette collection video, and heaps of you said yes. So that is what I'm doing today. I do want to make a quick little announcement before we jump in. Today, my first ever cleaning, like light spring cleaning video went up, and you guys really have enjoyed that. And you guys have actually asked for more of those. So I will, of course, be filming those for you here soon. I may change the angle of this. I'm thinking about switching the camera to the other side of the table, so if you randomly switch, that's what's going on. But make sure you subscribe before you leave, and let's go ahead and get started. So this is not all of my palettes. I have just pulled out some of them here. These are all the palettes I have where I only have one palette by the brand. And I started out with this because I do have a lot of repetitive brands. Usually I pull them out in the drawers and I just show them to you that way. But I'm still going to show you each individual palette, but I decided to do it by brand this year. I'm just kind of switching it up. You guys can let me know which way you prefer. So I'm just going to grab a random one. Maybe I'll grab some. I'll grab this one first. This is the Primark Disney The Lion King The Wild Side palette, and my shirt is Wally. Yes, it is. This was actually, sorry about that, my camera died. I actually did decide to swap you guys, like I said, to the other side of the table. I think this way is just a little bit easier for lighting purposes. So yeah. So anyway, I was talking about this. This is the Wild Side palette from Primark. It was actually bought for me while I was in Scotland. Let me zoom you guys in just a little. This is what the packaging looks like. This palette is no longer available. Let me try to get the mirror out of there. Nah, this way's better. Sorry, I'm upside down, so I don't normally film this way. But this is what the palette looks like right here. This palette is amazing. I really do enjoy it. It's really soft, and for the price, it's amazing. Like I said, Caitlin bought this for me when we were in Scotland for school, and it is just so good, and it has a lot of good memories attached, and I love this. I actually still use, look at those shimmers, like look at that. And for a drugstore palette, I'm not usually obsessed with them. If you're subscribed to my channel, you know, but this one I really enjoy, and I really liked this whole collection. I still have everything, I still use everything. Like I said, the powders are really soft. Oh look, there's my camera. The powders are really soft, but they do blend beautifully. I won't dwell on this since it was limited edition, you can't get it anymore, but I do really like this. So if you are in the UK, I would highly recommend Primark's makeup. I really like this one. I think they ship to the US as well, but I'm not 100% certain on that, so you can check into that and let me know, but I'm not 100% certain if they do. So I'm just gonna stick that guy off to the side. Shall I do another discontinued palette? Let's do this one. This is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. This is what the packaging looks like. And this one also has a mirror, but I can fold it all the way back. This is what this one looks like. It's very neon. I got this from a friend of mine, and I have only used this once, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I said in my declutter video that it is on the chopping block, and it still is. I just haven't reached into it again. I wasn't crazy about the formula, if I'm gonna be honest. This is the only thing I've ever tried by Laura Lee Los Angeles, and I don't know, I'm just not crazy about the formula. They're really soft and smooth. I just wasn't crazy about the shade that I used. Let me go ahead and just, I'm not gonna swatch everything because we'd be here forever, but like, they're pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, they swatch pretty. They're pretty. I just wasn't crazy about the way it performed. but you know, that is all personal preference. I'm gonna try this again and see if I like it better. I'm gonna try using one of these 3 shades, because sometimes darker blues and like neon blues like this can be hard to formulate, so it may just be a 1 shade type of deal, and I'm hoping that's the case. But this palette is really pretty, and I do like the soft matte packaging. All right, so I don't have any more makeup wipes after this, so I probably should stop swatching. Let's keep that in mind. Let's do this one next. This one I also got from the same friend. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. I have tried a Dominique Cosmetics palette before on my channel. I did a review video over the berries and cream, I believe it was. I was not crazy about that palette. I actually haven't used this one. I've swatched it, but that's as far in depth as I went. I just wasn't crazy about the berries and cream. If you are interested, I'll leave my reviews playlist up in the cards or down below, because like a lot of these palettes I've done reviews over. But this one has really pretty colors in it. I really like this blue here, and I really like this one too. And this like gray brown color, I really like it. I really want to play with this sometime soon. It's really a unique color story, and I would like to give Dominique Cosmetics another shot, just because they have really pretty palettes, and I really like the color stories of them. I really enjoy how big the pans are. I just wasn't crazy about berries and cream, so I'm hoping that it's just like a 1 palette deal that I'm just like not crazy about. But I'm sorry if you hear my cats. But I'm looking forward to using this one sometime soon. It does have a mirror, and again, I really enjoy the packaging. It's quite nice. Okay, let's go to another one. This is my only palette that's really messy. This is the Crown Pro Glam Metals palette. I got this from another friend of mine, and it was dropped, and the shade broke, and it like shattered everywhere. That's why it looks like this. I enjoy this palette. I don't use it I'm so sorry, again, apologize. I don't use it on its own. This is a partner palette for me for sure. I really enjoy these tones and these 2 and this one. Like these 5 are like the main reason I still have this palette. It's really pretty. They have some really unique undertones in here. The shimmers are gorgeous. I want to swatch one so bad. Let's do it. Let's swatch this one. I know I said I should stop, and I should, because I don't have any more makeup remover, but look at that. Look at that. This is the only palette I've ever tried by this brand, and I am impressed. They're all shimmers apart from the black, I believe. I don't use this black. I prefer a matte brown in the outer corner, and this one's shattered. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't use it. I have other black shadows. I do, like I said, I do enjoy this palette, and I like the mirror that's in the shape of a guitar. I think that's really cute. Okay, let's go into, I don't know what to go. I don't know where to go next. Let's go to this one. This is the biggest palette that I have. This is the Pure Celebrate Your Selfie. This is the 16 collector edition, and this is huge. One side has 2 blushes and a highlighter, and the highlighter is gorgeous. And then the other side had mascara, a lip gloss, and still has the lashes. I keep forgetting that these lashes are here. But the lip gloss and the mascara I have decluttered. I gave the lip gloss away, and I think I used the mascara. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I don't have it anymore. So the shades in here look like this. This was, I believe, limited edition. I know it's a collector's edition, so I believe it was limited edition. The shades in here are really pretty. I don't like how much wasted space is in here. I understand they were trying to make like a 16. It's cute, but like there's so much wasted space. It's just kind of like, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But the pressed glitters in here are fantastic. I love them. The shimmers in here are amazing. I have enjoyed Pure's eyeshadow formula. I know a lot of people have not, and have a lot of mixed feelings on them, but I enjoy it personally, and I really like this palette. The pressed glitters is what get me. Like, These pressed glitters are amazing. I can't say that for every pressed glitter that I have in my collection, but these ones are some of my favorite pressed glitters to have and to use, and that's actually why I keep this palette, is for the pressed glitters. I do enjoy the whole palette, but without the pressed glitters, I would have probably decluttered this, but I really like Pur's eyeshadow formula. Let me know down below or in my DMs or something if you like Pur's formula as well, or if I'm just like one of the only few people who has seemed to enjoy it. Put you over there. Okay, let's go into another palette with pressed glitters. This is the Hard Candy Smoke Out palette. This palette is really good to be from the drugstore. Again, I'm not crazy about drugstore eyeshadow formulas. I'm just not in love with them, but this one I actually do like. They have, since I bought this, updated it. I think they added more shades and like changed the packaging. I think now it's like bigger slightly. I'm not entirely sure, but there's nothing wrong with mine, so I'm still gonna keep mine until I need to replace it. These pressed glitters are more of like the gel-like. They're not like fully gel, but they're definitely wet, whereas the other ones are like pressed shadow glitter. Like these are pretty, like clearly, like look at that. And I barely touched it. But the other ones are like more of like a shadow pressed glitter, if that makes sense. It's more condensed, whereas these are really, really soft. I do enjoy this palette. I really like this shade up here. It has like some slight gold reflect in it. I don't know if you guys can see it when I move the palette there, but I really enjoy this. This palette is really nice. I do enjoy the mattes in here, which is something I think that the drugstore really lack, is good mattes, but Hard Candy makes pretty good eyeshadows. I've had a few palettes by them in the past and I've really enjoyed them. So I really like this one. So if you've been looking for a good green drugstore palette, I would highly recommend this one. Another drugstore palette here. Let's go ahead and just get this one out of the way. This is the Wet n Wild Nautical Nonsense palette. This was the SpongeBob collection. Look at that packaging. So stinking cute. And I did a whole review over this entire collection, and this is one of the best palettes from the drugstore. Like, it's amazing. Again, there's some pressed glitters in here. These are more, again, like that dry formula, like the Pure ones. They're not like the wet. I cannot swatch this for the life of me. They're not like that wet formula from Hard Candy. They're more dry, but I do enjoy them. I really like this palette. I really like the colors. It's not what I would have chosen for SpongeBob. I get the whole colorful theme, but I think I would have chosen some different colors. I think I would have swapped out some of them and, you know, chose different, but I really, really like this palette. Again, the mattes, incredible. The shimmers, incredible. This is amazing. If you can still find it, I would 100% recommend this. This is so good, and it's so cute as well. Like, it's so cute. This is probably my favorite thing from the whole SpongeBob collection. It's so cute. Look at it. Oh. Okay, I think that's all the drugstore. Oh, we have one more affordable, or like more affordable, I guess. This is the BH Cosmetics ShannXO The Remix palette. I love Shannon, and I talk about this every time that I talk about this palette. I really want to get some XO Beauty palettes. I just haven't yet anyway, but I really want to. So this is a double-sided palette. So the first side looks like this, and this was the original palette. I really enjoy this. I have taken this traveling with me several times because it's basically two palettes in one, and these are shades that I wear all the time, especially when I add in the remix side. These are just like the perfect shades for me. These are like the best shades. I love them. The shade down here, Lover, stunning. Like, I am obsessed with this palette, and I love that she did the two sides. Like, this was the first time, I think, or at least for me, that I'd ever seen that done. It's been done a few times after that, but this was like the first time I'd ever seen that done before, and it was really like innovative to me. I never would have thought of that. And I do enjoy this. Like, look at those shimmers. You guys can see them reflecting as I move the palette around. You can't get this anymore, I don't think. Now that VH has filed for bankruptcy, I'm pretty sure they stopped making a lot of their products, but I do enjoy this. So if you have it, let me know if you love it, or if somebody's like giving it away, I would recommend it for sure. I'm so sorry about Jack, he's being crazy. This is the Cara Beauty, what is this called? You Had Me at Aloha palette. I got this at TJ Maxx and I have never used it. I know, isn't that crazy? Let me try to get there we go. The lights kind of wash it out a little bit with that reflective background, but that's a little bit more true to color. I've never used this. Still, from my declutter video, I still haven't used it. I really want to. I decluttered it, and then a bunch of you guys talked me into keeping this, and a few of my other palettes. Caitlin actually talked me into keeping some as well. This may have been one of them. I know some of them I was talked into by you guys, but other ones Caitlin did. I really want to try this. I have heard such great things about this brand, and it was like, I want to say like $8 or something. It was really inexpensive, especially because it came from TJ Maxx. And I really like this row right here. Like, it's really pretty. I like this one too. Of course I like this one. It's yellow, like hello. I don't know what Jack is doing, I'm so sorry. But I really enjoy this, like, color story. I want to try it. Maybe I'll try it in an upcoming video of like makeup that I need to test out more or something. I don't know, or maybe I'll try it in like a vlog or something. I don't know, but I do like it. And again, it has that matte packaging, which I love. Okay, let's go into this. This is the Ciaté London Glitter Storm, and first off, packaging, 10 out of 10. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. And I love this palette. I know it's only, oh my gosh, this mirrored backing is gonna be so hard to get in camera. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see, if I put it down low, does it help? Not really. I'm trying to get like the best true, there we go. That's kind of true to color right there. I love this palette. These again are like pressed glitters. These are like some of the best pressed glitters I have. And there we go. I'm so sorry. The rest of these shades are actually like partner shades with these three up here. So the only three that are glitter are the top three. And then the two down here in the middle are shimmers, and then the other four are matte. And I think that was a lot of people's complaints, is there weren't enough mattes in this palette. But I think there's plenty. I did a review video over this, which has better lighting than this. Let me see if I can lower one, if that helps at all. Maybe if I lower both of them. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's just really hard with this hyper reflective backing to show you guys like the colors and stuff. But I do enjoy this palette. I still reach for it. I know a lot of people have decluttered this since this came out, but I really like it. And I really love these pressed glitters up here. I think it was limited edition, and it's starting to like bubble up in the corner here. I don't know if you guys can see that, which is so sad. I think it's just where like they stamped it shut. But I love the packaging. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. This is the Iconic London Day to Slay, and it looks like this. This palette is beautiful. I know it's just like another neutral palette, and I have a million of them, but this palette is stunning. I really love the formula. The shadows are really creamy, they're really blendable, they're pigmented, they're really, Jack, they're really easy to use. I really like this, and I love using this. Like, it is amazing. It's one of my, like, it's definitely my favorite palette that I've gotten from a BoxyCharm. I haven't been a BoxyCharm subscription member in over a year, but this definitely one of my favorites, and I really like it. It's really good. I've used almost all of these palettes in videos, so if you want to see any of them in action, I have used them, or as always, you can just let me know down below or on social media. This is the Storybook Cosmetics Wizardry and Witchcraft palette. This palette looks like this. It's so cute. Every single shade in here, apart from this one up here, is a shimmer. And that originally kind of threw me off. Like I was like, meh, not crazy, but I really like it now. I really love the colors. It's a little bit different. It's really, really fun. I really like the formula. Caitlin's mom actually bought this for me and I just love it. It makes me so happy when I use it, when I see it. It also looks like a book. Like it looks so cute. Like it looks so cute. I love it so much. And Storybook Cosmetics has some of the cutest packaging as well because everything looks obviously like a book and it's just so cute. Okay, another vertical palette. This is the Violet Voss Flamingo. And I haven't used this one in a minute. I actually need to crack this out and use it some more. I really like this, and you're going to hear that a million times. I really like this. I really like this because if I don't like a palette, I declutter it pretty quickly. And I just recently did a declutter a few months ago and I haven't really bought, I don't think, any makeup since. So I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. And this is no exception. It's really pretty. I love the shimmers in here and I love the mattes as well. It's really easy to use. I love that you have pops of color as well as some neutrals. So if you are, you know, a neutral person and you just want to like experiment in color, this is a really nice palette because you do have those options, and these aren't super vibrant neon colors either, so they're pretty easy to use and incorporate into everyday looks, and the packaging is really cute as well. I saw this on Sephora's website a few months ago. I don't know if it's still available, but it was, so I'll have to look into that. Okay, few left from this section. This is the Urban Decay Naked palette, and this may surprise people. This is my only Urban Decay palette, and the reason why is I'm not crazy about, let me see if I can get the best lighting. Here we go. I'm not crazy about Urban Decay's shadow formula. It's nice. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. It's kind of overhyped, if you ask me. Like I said, it's nice. I like it, but it's definitely not like the best of the best in my opinion. It is good. I do like this palette. I say this every time I pull this out for something. If I didn't do YouTube, I'd probably get rid of this just because I have other palettes that are very similar that I like better. But it is nice to have an Urban Decay palette. It is, you know, it is pretty. It does work. If you were thinking about it, you know, I would go for it, but it's definitely not one that when people ask me, like, what is like the best palette or one that I should totally buy, this is not one that I like normally recommend right off the bat. I do want to pick up the Naked Honey because it looks so gorgeous, but I haven't done that yet. I may in the future, I may not. I haven't really decided, but yep, this is my only Naked palette and I'm pretty happy that I only have one. I know a lot of people like collect them like crazy, but I just kind of keep with my one and I'm okay. Next is Smashbox, and this packaging, incredible. You see it shifting there from day to night? So cool. This is the Smashbox LA Cover Shot palette, and I love this. It is so good. I don't know why Smashbox doesn't do more bigger palettes like this. They have several like little ones, and I definitely prefer like bigger palettes like this. I have little ones as well. There's some glitter in here, but I just prefer bigger ones like this, and I wish that they did more of these, and I really like this. I think this was limited edition. I'm not entirely sure, but I love the colors in here. I love the formula. I like every time I use it. I need to use it more. Like, I feel like I don't give this palette enough love, and I love the packaging. Like, it's so cool. So cool. Two left from this section. This is the Sugar Rush BU palette. This is Tarte's sister brand, and I bought this specifically because it's cute. No other reason, literally because it's cute. I didn't need another neutral palette, but the bees sucked me in, and I love this. This is amazing. Tarte makes really good eyeshadows. They're not, again, my favorite, but like they're not bad, and they're good, but like they're not ones that I'm crazy about. But like I said, this is Tarte's sister brand, and this, incredible. I love how soft the shimmers are. I love how reflective they are, as you can see moving it around here. I love this, and it's so cute. I don't know if it was limited edition or not, but it's still really cute. All right, last one for my single branders. This is the Marc Jacobs Terrific palette. This is like so luxe, so something I don't normally buy. But Marc Jacobs did rebrand, and I got this for like a really good deal. So that's why I picked it up. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Every time I wear this, I get a compliment on it. Like, people love the colors in here, and I don't blame them. Like, it's stunning. And hang on, let's get, here we go. A little less bright here. I love the shade here in the middle. It's stunning. Every shade in here is perfect. The only shade I'm not crazy about is this like pressed loose glitter. And I know that's like really contradictory, but like it's like iridescent, and it's not like a proper shade. It's like literally like a topper, which I have toppers. I don't mind them, but I would personally like swap it out with something else. Maybe like an inner corner highlight. You could use that, but like it's kind of loose. Like it has like a lot of fallout, and I'm not crazy about it, but that's like the only shade that I'm like not in love with. But the rest of them I love, and I love the packaging as well. It's so luxurious, something I don't normally purchase. I'm not going in any particular order here, so I think I'm gonna do these three next. These are by Peachy Queen Cosmetics. I only have these three. I'll put them right side up for you this time. These were palettes that I decluttered again, and I'm pretty sure these are the ones that you guys talked me into keeping, and I think Caitlin talked me into keeping the Cara Beauty one. I have not used these apart from one of them. So this is Don't Mess with Texas, and oh no, we had a breakage. No, I don't know how that broke. Anyway, try not to tip it. This is what Don't Mess with Texas looks like. Peachy Queen did do like a whole rebranding. I don't even know if these are still available. They said originally they were going to do all 50 states, and I got really excited about that because I was going to originally buy all 50 of them and do like a huge video with them, but they ended up only doing 3, and they're okay. Like I'm not crazy about the colors in here, and I know that's weird because I have a lot of palettes that have like, you know, a bunch of bright colors mixed with neutrals, and I really enjoy them, but this story just isn't super inspiring to me. I don't mind this one. I have swatched this one, but maybe it's just the order of shades too, like the way they're put in here. I don't know. I need to try them out and see what I think. This is California Love. Looks like this. This one I have swatched as well. I haven't really used it at all. This is like a loose, like a pressed glitter with like loose star pigments in it. Like I'm barely tapping it, and it comes off pretty easily because it's more like loose. It's pretty cool. Like I don't have another thing like that. Like it has actual stars in it. But I am a little worried to use that in my eyes just because of the amount of fallout that it has when I've swatched it. And I'm worried that it'll get into my eye. Like I'm not crazy about that. But I do like the marbled shades. They're pretty cool. I don't know. I'm not in love with this. And I really think I need to give it like a fair chance. And the one I have used is Mile High. This is Colorado, and this has another one of those shades. This has, I think they're just like flakes, whereas the other one were like stars. But this is this one, and I do like this story the best. The greens, I really like green eyeshadow, and the greens in here are really pretty. I think the greens would make a really pretty look. And I really like the marbled shades again, but I don't think any of these are available anymore. I'm not entirely sure since they did their rebrand. So these are my Kylie Cosmetics palettes. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not crazy about Kylie's formula. Now these are the older ones. She did do a rebrand. I don't know the whole story behind that, but there was a rebrand. I think the formula is different now, but these are the older ones, and I don't even know if all of these palettes have come back out. I don't know if they're going to. No idea. They're not my favorite formulas. They're not my favorite palettes. Truthfully, I hardly ever reach for these. If I didn't do YouTube again, I'd probably get rid of them. I prefer a lot of other brands. To me, they're just kind of basic. They're not any type of like highly reflective shimmer, anything like that. So this is the Kris Jenner Momager palette. I think it was renamed before they rebranded. This is what this one looks like. Let's get the lighting under control here. What is going on? Hello, camera, focus please. Here we go. I don't know why my camera is like struggling to focus. Maybe if I turn that light down, but then it's like really dark. Okay, is that better? I don't think so. Maybe if I hold it like that. Okay, that's more true to color right there. It's not an ideal position, but that's like what the shades actually look like. This awkward angle for both of us. So this palette is not anything special, and I've said that before, like the formula isn't special. I do like it, like it's okay. I like it, but it's again not my favorite. This is one of the few cool tone palettes that I have. I don't have a whole lot of them. I don't really wear cool tones a whole lot, which is why I kept this palette. Again, it's okay. I've only used this palette a few times and I'm just not like totally in love with it. So that is that one. This is the purple palette. This is one of my favorite color stories in here. I really enjoy it. I don't know what is going on. It's like washing out these shades and I'm not entirely sure because my light isn't even that bright. Like if I turn it down more, it's gonna be off and I'm not even kidding. So maybe if I hold it like, oh no, I stuck my nail into that. If I hold it upside down like the last one, here we go. Again, not an ideal position. I think it's just because of the like black background. I'm not sure. But this is what this palette looks like. Again, not ideal. But I like this palette. This shade right here is really pretty. It's a really, really, really light lavender. And I like this shade that I just dug my nail into. I like this palette. I like purple eyeshadow. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people like aren't like the biggest fan. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite one though. So like it's average. They're average. This is the Blue Honey palette. This one is my favorite and it has been since I bought it. It's just the color story is everything to me. And I think we're gonna have to hold all of these upside down to get the shades. There they are. This palette is my favorite. I've used this in a tutorial before and I loved the look. I love like a yellow orangey color like this one mixed with the blue, and this blue has like a reflect to it. It's really, really pretty. I really like that blue. That's definitely my favorite shade in the whole palette. I really like this one. This one's definitely my favorite. This is the best one out of all of them. This is the bronze palette, and you would think this would be my favorite one because of just the tones in here. Like they're really, really pretty. Like the tones are pretty, but again, there's nothing to write home about this. I do like that they're named after, you know, stones. Like I think that's really clever. I like this, but again, not crazy. And there's only two shimmers in here, which is this one and this one here. The rest are mattes. So if you were a huge matte person, this would be fantastic. Then we have the Sort of Sweet palette. This one is probably my most used. I grab for this a lot when I'm running out the door and I need something quick because this is a very neutral palette. It's very light, it's very basic. These shades are pretty similar. Like there definitely didn't need to be both of these in here. I like it. Again, my favorite. It's just kind of average. And the last one here is the Burgundy palette, and it looks like this. I actually bought all of 5 of these big ones to do a review video over them, and then I never got a chance to film it. This is pretty for fall time. Again, not crazy about them, but those are my Kylie palettes. These are my Makeup Revolution palettes. Ooh, there we go. As you can see, they are all Friends themed. I decided to give these another chance, or this one another chance, and I haven't used these yet still. So this is the Monica palette, and I want to get Chandler, Ross, and Joey too, because, you know, Friends is my favorite TV show. I think it might be a little obsessive because I haven't used these, but it's my favorite TV show, and I feel like I need to complete the Friends circle, you know. Like I said, I haven't used this. It's really pretty. I just haven't dipped into it yet, so I haven't really have an opinion on it. So that's that one. This is Phoebe, and Phoebe, I have swatched the pressed glitter down here, and it is amazing. I really like this color story. It's a little bit lighter, it's a little bit softer, and I really like that. Like, it's really cute. It's really cute. I really like it. And then Rachel is definitely more of like a color story for me. Like, these are definitely more shades that I would wear pretty regularly, and I just need to give them a chance and give them a try. And then this is the We Were on a Break palette, and this is the one I have used that I have decided to give another shot to. It's really pretty. I really want to love it, and I just thought about, after I decluttered it, maybe I should give it another chance, because I had only used it once, and or I think maybe twice. No, at that time, had I used it twice? I don't know. I've used it either a few times or I had only used it once, one or the other. And I was like, maybe I should give it more of a chance, because I'd seen people talk about it online and people really like this. So I was like, okay, let me pull it out of my declutter box and let me give it another chance before I pass it on to my sister. And that's what I'm going to do. And I really like the colors in here. They're really pretty and very, very vibrant. So I want to give it another chance. Oh, I missed a single palette from like a single brand. This is my only Laura Geller palette, and this is the Family Celebration Eye and Cheek palette. Looks like this. I really like this. Again, this is one that I pulled out on the declutter, or from the declutter. I pulled it out on my own actually this time, because I really wanted to use this blush, and I was like, okay, I'm pulling it out. I'm doing it. My makeup, I'm gonna pull it out, and that's what I did. I did just turn the brightness down a little bit more, and I think that is good. It's really dark now though, but that is more true to color for this palette. These are pretty dark shades, like they really are, and this is like a very light cream, and it's coming off perfect. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the lighting. I think it's just difficult with all the constant changing and the solid background, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I like this palette. It's really good for travel. So yeah, I pulled it out of my declutter box. I have 4 palettes by Juvia's Place. I love Juvia's Place. They are amazing. So this is the Warrior 3. The artwork, fantastic. And the colors, fantastic. Juvia's Place always has the most unique color stories, and I love that. And the pans are huge, especially for the price that you pay. Fantastic. And the formula, fantastic. I mean, honestly, they're great. One of my favorite brands for sure. I always am checking out their stuff, and I really like this palette. I really like the blues down here, incredible. This like maroon, amazing. And I like this palette. This is the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. This was my first one that I ever purchased, and it looks like this. Like I said, I really like this palette. This shade down here is really, really pretty. I really like this one. The green, of course, green. I am a sucker for green shadows. I like this. And then I'm gonna save my favorite one for last. So this is the Warrior palette. This palette, again, it's just warm neutrals. Did I need more of these? Absolutely not. But these shades are definitely metallic. They're more metallics, like more metallic-like than shimmers. And I'm trying to show you like the shift in them, but it's really hard with this reflective backing. It looks good, but it's hard to kind of get on camera sometimes. but you can kind of see right there. I do like this palette a lot, and I do wish there was like a lighter brown in here for me to use as a transition color, but I mix palettes all the time. Like, that is one of my favorite things to do because I have so many. It's like the only way I can get through them all and use them. So it's not a huge deal for me, but I know some people it's like a huge deal breaker. And then my favorite one has actually been discontinued. This is the Tribe, and of course it's green. It's green, and you know, that's why I love it so much. It's green and it's stunning. Again, that reflective backing is kind of hard to get the shades, but this shade right here, I know I said I'd stop swatching, but it has like a slight light green shift to it. If you can see there, it's not huge, but it's just like a light green shift, and it's really, really pretty. I really like it. I know I keep saying that, I'm so sorry, but I really enjoy this, and I love this whole row. The greens in here, this green and this green, are definitely two of my favorites in this palette, and I really like this brown too. It's like a greeny brown. Obsessed. These are my Zoeva palettes. This is Caramel Melange. I've heard people say melange, and I've heard people say melange. I actually don't know, but this is what it looks like, the packaging, and the shades in here. Look at this, it's so pretty. I am gonna be honest, I haven't used this palette very much, but this shade right here, I really want to do like a smoky eye with it. It's like a deep burgundy brown with some gold reflect in it. It's really pretty. You can kind of see it when I shift it around there. I really like the look of this, and this whole half here is matte, and these four are like shimmers, and I do like that. I can get a look done with 4 mattes. I know a lot of people prefer more mattes in a palette. I'm fine with either, but I like the formula of these. And then I have the Cocoa Blend, which was the one that people were obsessed with a few years ago on YouTube, and this one has less mattes in it, and I really like this one. Out of the two, this one's probably my favorite. I think I've decided that in 2 days I'll say it's the other one, but right now it's this one, and I do really enjoy it. I see why it was so popular a few years ago. This shade right here is probably my favorite. It's like a taupey brown. It's really pretty. I quite enjoy it. And then my favorite one is actually the Aristo palette, and it actually opens up like this, which is a little bit different than the other two. This one I've definitely used the most. I have makeup all over my desk now, and I'm trying, again, these shades are really light in here. It's kind of hard to get, there we go, like the proper color. I know it's not like ideal. I want to show it to you like dead on, but I can't, or you guys can't really see the shades. Right here you kind of can. It's like I said, they're really light. Like this is a really light blue, and this is like a really light yellowy green. I've shown these palettes in several other videos, so if you guys of course want to see anything, I will of course film that for you. I don't know why my camera is bugging out today. Like this one looks really pink, and it's not. It's like a tan. I don't know why it looks so pink on camera, but I don't know. We're struggling with lighting over here today. I do apologize. But I do like this palette. This one is definitely my favorite out of all of them. It's definitely the most unique, and I love this. This whole side is matte, and then that whole side is like a corresponding shimmer, and I love. I just pulled out all of my Sephora palettes here. I don't think I'll be able to squeeze them all in frame, but I will do my best. Let's just go ahead and talk about this one since it won't fit. This is these are all 6 of these are part of the Sephora Pro collection. 3 of these were limited edition, and then 3 of them are permanent. I think I remember. This is they're called the Sephora Pro pigment palettes. This one is editorial 2.0. So this one looks like this. I'm pretty sure this was a limited edition one. These are all pressed pigments. I love pressed pigments, and I love the colors in here. Of course, those greens, these blues down here are stunning. I love these. I use them all the time. This shade right here, stunning. The shade next to it, stunning. Like, it's all just so pretty. Like, honestly, it's all so pretty. And it's definitely prettier in person than on camera, because when I first saw it online, I was like, okay, whatever. But then I got it in the mail, and I was like, you're kidding. You're kidding. Like, look at this. It's beautiful, and these were very expensive. Let's keep going. My desk is filling up. This is the Smoky Jewels palette. This was actually the first one that I got, and it made my love for pressed pigments. It's all this palette's fault. I love this palette, and I know I need to stop saying that because obviously I love them all, but this one is amazing. This is not a color story that I normally would be about at all, but for some reason this palette works. Like, the colors work, and I love using it. And again, this is not a normal palette for me that I would look at this and be like, oh yeah, I want to buy that. Like, no, not at all. But the mattes in these palettes are incredible. Those are my favorite part, and usually it's vice versa. But the mattes in this palette, like, these palettes perform unlike any other matte pressed pigment, and I love them. This is cool. This, I believe, is a permanent one, and I don't like name sheets, but it looks like this. Look at this. This is so pretty, and I love this for like a more soft, romantic type of eye. Like, these are like the perfect tones for that. And of course, my favorite shades are like these grays right here. Like, those are my thing. And like these two like taupey colors, of course, my thing. And I don't like name sheets because they slide out and they're kind of a pain in the ass, but that is that one. This one is New Nudes, and oh, I can't get it open. This looks like this. This is very similar to the last one, but it's definitely more rosy toned. This reminds me a lot of the Naked 3, just because of like the rose tones in it. Obviously there's a bunch more shades, and like there is warm shades in here as well, but something about like these two rows mainly just screams Naked 3 to me. I don't know why. I do like this palette again for like really romantic eyes. I love that there is a bunch of mattes in here. There's only a few shimmers in here. And again, the mattes in here are my favorite part, and usually it's vice versa. But these, incredible. And then I only have 2 left from that collection. This is the Warm palette, and let me pop this one open. This one is definitely one of my favorites of the 6. Definitely top 2 for sure. Ooh, just the shades in here, I love them. And of course they're warm tones, warm neutrals, so obviously I'm about them. And oh, there's a cat hair in here. And I love like this whole top row here of mattes is incredible. They're like essential for any look that I start with this palette. I love them. I love them. There's a matte black in here as well, which was a big deal for a lot of people. And then my favorite one is actually editorial, which is this one right here. And we did have a little bit of breakage on this one. I had to repress it, but it works fine. Look at this. Look at the shades in here. They are so neon. Like, these are so bright. And these top up here, apart from this one, these are all like topper, like reflective shades. This is just a matte white, but the rest are like reflector, like topper shades that are like duochrome. They're really cool to pack on top of any other shade. Again, I love this. The colors in here, like these colors and like these bright colors, my favorite. And usually I'm not about that, but for these, it just works. It works so well. Then I have the Museum of Ice Cream collab. This is called the Dream Team palette. This again is a pressed pigment palette, and I really think this is so cute. Like, I keep this mainly because it's so cute. Like, these shades right here are again more of those like topper shades. Oh, that one isn't. These two are. This shade's really cool. It's like a unique color. I really like the 3 over here. There was a brush here. I believe I have it in one of my brush bins, but so cute packaging, so cute. I got it on sale because they were discontinuing it, because I believe it was limited edition, and it's so cute. Like, I could never get rid of this. Like, it's so cute. And then finally, I have this one. This is the Sephora Clean Bouncy Eyeshadow Palette in Monarch. They finally released another one, and it's very similar to this one. I thought about picking it up, but I'm like, it's really similar to this one, so I'm still on the fence. But this is like a all cream eyeshadow palette, and as you can see, I have big dents in here. Like, I love this palette. This is definitely my most used palette for sure, even though it's not like my favorite. It's up there. Like, it's amazing, and I love putting it on before I go to work, just like tipping my finger in. And I don't think I've ever used this one. No, I have. It looks like just a few times, but the rest of them have pretty big dips in them, especially this one. This one's definitely my favorite. But I love just packing them on my lid before I go to work, and then either blending it out in my crease or just taking like a light transition color and just kind of like smearing it on. It's so quick, so easy, and it looks so good. I love this. This was definitely one of my favorite parts of the collection that Sephora sent me. And I still use it. I still love it. It's amazing. Highly, highly recommend this one. Let's do Tarte next. I actually think 3 of these palettes have been discontinued or were limited edition. This is the Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek palette. This palette has been discontinued for many, many years, and I still use it. I still love it. It's still good. Still smells like vanilla. I love the shades in here. There's only one matte, which is this one. I know a lot of people had complaints about that, but I don't mind it. Again, I will just like put this onto my crease and then usually put one of these two on my lid and be like out the door. Like, it's so quick. I really enjoy this palette. I love sticking any of these super metallic shades on my lid on top of other shadows just to give them some pop. It's amazing. And then this highlighter is like duochrome. I have glitter all over me. It has like a really intense like yellow shift to it, and like yellow pink. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Kinda. I think my swatches are starting to smear together. But like I said, I like it. I still use it. It's still good. I'm gonna keep using it until I can't anymore because I love it and I like the packaging. This is actually the only like round Tarte palette I've ever had, so I like it. All right, and then we have the Tarte Adeline Morin palette. First off, packaging, 10 out of 10, lemons, so cute. And then I love this. This is usually what I take traveling because I love the shadows. They're totally me. The highlighter, totally me. And the blush, totally me. Like, this palette is me. Like, it's so good. I have used this a ton. And like I said, I take it traveling. I really, really enjoy it. And it's amazing. I believe it was limited edition though, which makes me so sad because the packaging is everything. Like, the lemons is so cute. I'm obsessed. Then we have the Tarte High Tides and Good Vibes. This palette has like water that moves around the turtle. It's so cute. And this has more pressed glitters. These are a little bit in between, I would say, like the wet formula and then like the dry. Like, it's a little in between. I love the shape of the pans. I know a lot of people didn't, but I do. It's a little different. I like that. I really like that this has some color in it. A lot of times Tarte palettes are pretty neutral, and it is still pretty neutral, but it has some color to it as well, which is I love. And I really enjoy the pressed glitters in here. The pressed glitters, again, are my favorite part, and it's so cute. And finally, I have the Tarte Pro. This palette is all matte except for the 4 shades right here. I like this palette. I have started to use it more and more as the years have gone on, and I don't know why, I just wasn't reaching for it, and I do like it. I hardly ever use the shimmers over here though, which is crazy because when this first launched, I wanted it so bad for the shimmers, and now I'm like, I kind of like the mattes. Like, I don't know, am I changing as a person? I have no idea, but I love this. Again, Tarte is another one of those brands that has a really good eyeshadow formula. It's just not like one that I think of right off the top of my head, and I do like it. Like, I like the palettes that I have, but they're not like brand eyeshadows that I'm like super crazy about. I like them, but they're not like something like one of my favorites, if that makes sense.